So we can dedicate today's evening to Lord Shiva. See, in India, for a long time, we gave a lot of importance to couples. You see, all the gods in India, all the main gods, they are couples. Shiva always comes with Parvati, Rama comes with Sita, Krishna comes with Radha or Rukmani or many other gopis. So we celebrate love in every form. And this is a form of love only. In fact, few thousand years back, most of the rishis who lived a monastic life, they were not given equal stage like these people which we just mentioned, like Lord Shiva or Lord Ram or Krishna. The reason was that we wanted to present an ideal to the society. An ideal spiritual person, realized person is that who can live with his family, who can live in the society, who can perform all the duties. Now, those duties can be anything. It doesn't mean that necessarily you have to raise a family. Your duties may be doing a job. Your duty may be taking care of your family. From a butcher to a priest, your duty can be anything. If you perform your duties well, and then you practice spirituality, so that person is an ideal person for the society. That's why we were very cautious of giving terms like God and presenting an ideal to the society. Who should be the ideal? So a person like Dattatreya cannot be an ideal. He was an avdhuta, just roaming around with dogs. Wherever he wants to sit, he will sit. Wherever he wants to sleep, he will sleep. So definitely he was not presented as an ideal. After some time, nowadays he is still revered as and some people call him God also. But for a long time, we were really careful whom to present as God or whom to give the highest stage, whom to make our ideal, so that the world can also go on, the society can progress. This system that we have created, Shiva only creates the entire creation. So that creation should be sustained. For that, the ideals were chosen to, suit that goal, that purpose. So what we can learn from it is whatever we are doing, we should keep on doing that. And it is more challenging, believe me. Sitting somewhere in a cave, leaving your family, your loved ones, or leaving a job. Yes, if your job is such which does not help you in your spiritual practice. For example, maybe working with people who are full of ego, or working in a discotheque at night. There may be some kind of jobs where, it is impossible to sustain your practice. So that kind of a job you may choose to leave. But in most of the circumstances, we should be able to maintain our practice, our journey with all the worldly challenges. And if we do that, believe me, it's more challenging and it helps you to stabilize in yourself. It reminds me of a small story. There was a person who took sannyasa in India. He got, maybe he went to Kumbh and he got impressed with all these sannyasis, sadhus, all these monks, and he decided to be a monk. So he went somewhere up in the Himalayas. He stayed there for 12 years. So for 12 years he was very, very, very satisfied with himself, and he was living a peaceful life. After 12 years, some people went up to him in the Himalayas and they said, "You should teach. Why you are sitting here? You should teach. You spent 12 years in the mountains." And then he thought that, yes, now I have found peace in myself. I have very less thoughts in mind. I can meditate for long hours. Maybe it is the time to come out and share with the world what I have achieved. So he went to Delhi. So all the international flights, most of the flights come from Delhi. And you know Delhi. His passport need was required to be renewed, and he went into passport office. So he was waiting since morning in the queue, and he can see that some people are, that's what happens in India. We all know, right? There is a priority line. So if you can pay some amount below the table, above the table, you will be in the priority line. So he could see that, I am waiting here. This is the actual line, and there are some people who are going and they are finishing their job and coming back. They came after me and they got their job done, and I'm just waiting like a fool here. So anyway, but he practiced meditation for 12 years. Now that should show some impact. So still he was waiting patiently. And when he reached to the counter where he was about to meet the passport officer, they said, "It's 3:30, office is closed." Now he was very furious. I came here before all these people. So many people before me left. I know they were giving bribes and their job got done. I was being honest, a sincere citizen, standing here in this queue, waited almost 6 hours, 7 hours, and now you are saying that I should come tomorrow again. Do you know who I am? Do you know what I am doing from last 12 years? He got really angry, and then the people like you or me who went up to him and who brought him down from Himalaya that he will spread some light in the world, they were looking at him. What happened to this guy? He meditated for 12 years and now he's abusing, cursing, he's full in anger. So they thought maybe we picked up the wrong guy, maybe we should leave him back in the Himalayas. So what it tells us, the story tells us that it doesn't matter how much time you sit in meditation or in a cave. In fact, it is very easy to leave your family and sit somewhere at one place. It is not that difficult. But to practice this with the world around you, when your boss is calling you in office, what happened? Deadline is here. When you will finish this? Then how you practice, that shows real progress. When you meet people every day and they behave with you like normal person, you may think, now I am something else, now I am a self-realized person, I am Chaitanya or I am whatever, but they will tell you where you stand, isn't it? Your co-workers, your friend, your family members, your father, your mother, your relatives. So this is what real practice is. Staying with your present conditions, handling your life situations with practice. And that will help you to grow more rather than just leaving everything, renunciating the world and sitting in a cave. And that is why, because it is more challenging, that is why we give more respect to such people. We give respect to grahasth sannyasis, householders who became teachers. We give them more respect. We give respect to someone like Shri Atmanand Krishnaan. We give respect to many other teachers who lived in the family, handled all the family life, like Punjaji and many others. And they also shared this knowledge, right? Because they faced more challenging circumstances.